One.
Our film is called Parallel Blood.
Our film is a crime thriller where two brothers collide in their very parallel yet opposite career paths. One police officer, one drug dealer, both fighting for the ground they work on.
There are two brothers. One's a notorious drug dealer, like one of the biggest in the country, and the other's a high-ranking police officer in the Metropolitan Police.
Both fueled by their careers and with love for their families, neither know of their impending fate.
The story is of a chase, the detective chasing the drug dealer without knowing that the drug dealer is actually his brother.
After a final chase, both brothers confront one another with their identities still unknown and a fatal yet anticipated climax sees the detective shooting his own brother.
We have two main characters in this. They're the two brothers. The first brother is the police officer, and he's passionate about his job, and he's loving and caring person. But at a young age, he saw too many crimes in his area, so he wanted to go and stop them.
Jake is a clever young man with a feud for money, and he attempts to achieve this in a number of ways, but he ends up choosing a notoriously dangerous illegal crime of drug dealing. Jake has never been fully there as such, and he's always approached the idea of life in a very different yet intelligent way. This is along with being incredibly paranoid about everything he does. This is why he remains anonymous to all his clients.
Both Jake and Mark are related by blood and continue to support each other throughout the narrative of the film. This is all without initially knowing each other's true identities.
That's the police station where we might show our opening title sequence.
Our opening title sequence follows the morning schedules of both brothers. During this, it shows how both get ready in a similar way but for drastically different causes. During this, we'd add a mixture of similar items but with the ideas of them having considerably different uses. We're going to portray this through a clever use of split screens and parallel editing.
Each part of the opening title sequence will be shot the same way, but in each brother's house. So they'll be doing the same thing, and you'll see it through the same camera angle. The lighting will be different, so you can tell who's the good brother and who's the bad. So the good brother's house will be quite bright, but it'll be quite dark at the other brothers.
Their costumes will both be significantly different to represent their roles within society. The detective would have a more modernistic, more posh persona about him, whereas the dealer would be wearing more casual clothes to try and hide his identity. Our opening title sequence would relate to the narrative of the film by showing how closely related they are and how different their lives are. It portrays us by showing this in their morning routine, but showing the differences in their lives.
The main theme of our film is to represent you don't know who everyone truly is, even if they're really close to you. There's always something hidden and mysterious about an individual. It also shows how people can be so similar yet so different at the same time.
We portray this through showing how very similar people get ready for very different jobs. This shows how similar they are as people, but how different their morals are. Any questions? Not all at once, please. Just on the face.
Sorry.